Hi guys, thank you very much for coming back to my studio. In this video, I'd like to share with you how to draw a super simple modern buildings based on a real project. And it's about less is more. You must have heard about that before. The less is more. It's about the emphasis on the beauty of simplicity and the functionality of the building. And this building is about very simple gable roof, fine line, cubic shape, no column, no vaulted rib ceiling, no round ceiling, no pendentive structure, no shell, no bricks detail. It's very simple, but it is based on the project that I was asked to draw, a sketch drawing for someone, and I like to demonstrate how to draw this simple, modern, small house. And do click the subscribe button to support, and I hope it was worthwhile sharing. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, thank you for coming back to my studio. In this video, I'd like to share how to draw a small house, modern, simple house. This is based on a real project which I was asked to do a sketch drawing before assign technical drawing for detailing. So this is more of a concept before, rather than using the 3D drawing on computer that would cost more. And of course, I started with the verticals and horizontal line, as I always started with the cubics, because this drawing exercise is for those who are the beginners or advanced, but there are times when we feel that where to start, where to begin. Just because the small drawings or simple drawing doesn't mean there's always easy to those. But this drawing exercise again is about being methodical, being simply find a way to draw things rather than using the conventional way, but more using another way of executing drawings the easy way, without using the vanishing points, but instead using the geometry lines to achieve what we want to achieve. And this drawing is I'm going to draw a gable roof buildings. And of course I started with the cross line on the back elevation, rear elevation, and the front elevation to find the center point. And of course the top that will connect the front and rear elevation. And I need to find the middle, not necessarily exact the center at this time, but just slightly roughly the middle, without doing the geometry line. But this is based on the observations, because it's I try to make it as quick as possible drawings, as simple as possible. Now doing that line in the middle, and also the center top of that give me the reference where this gable roof will be connected. Now the next is to find the side elevation of this, to find the center, but again by crossing the line. When the line cross each other, that will be the center point. And the same techniques, but that will be on the roof, to find the center point of that roof. The reason why finding the center point is to divide them, just a starting point that will be connected to the center of the wall. Again, divide that into half again. The reason is because these are inner perspective views. So by using the cross line like this, this should be the exact location of the center point if it was flat elevation. So of course the same techniques, but this time just connect it from where the center point of that on the roofing, but using my line to make sure it parallel with the shape of the outline of the roof, gravel roofing. And again the same, repeat the same process. I'm going to find the center of that. Basically the same techniques, repetition. Divide them into half, divide them into half. Once you are in advance, you don't, those professional drawing practitioner, they don't really need this method anymore, because they are experienced, and of course this technique is for those who are just about to start learning. And half again there. When these lines are much more compact, I don't have to do this cross line again. And again, connect that line to the roof, simply imitate the line beside it, that line, the diagonal line. So I don't need to cross the line to find the center points, just simply using the reference on the walling. Now I need to adjust that line outline. Now this in the middle, I put more on this horizontal line, but I don't need to put the crossing line because it's going to be too messy, just using roughly proximity where they are. And of course a continuation on that, on the roofing as well. It's beginning to take shape now, this gable roof. And the next one, I'm going to show the thickness of this walling, starting with the floor, where the horizontal line crossed that crossing line. That will be the center. There you go, the center point, the thickness of the walling, starting from there. So this crossing line, the reference, is actually has many purposes. That line there. Again, making it much thicker there. Another line. So they will suppose the inner layer of that wall. And I need to indicate the line of the inside of this shell. Roughly measure where this line met. The line inside. So the intention of the drawing to draw a shell structure with gable roof, super modern, simplicity without, by removing all those intricate detail, or as opposed to those classical or traditional building. This is more of a simplicity with super modern, more into functionality of the space. Typically of a shell, a building with pockets basically. So the idea is that this building is a shell with glass on the front and rear, only wrapped up with shell, waterproof. Roofing and welding are the same thing. I would say it's going to be very simple construction. And also an open space. So the next thing is I'm going to hatch that inside, assuming again the light coming from the left and exposed on the left and enclosed on the right. So it's much darker there. That's to give the depth and visual understanding of how this structure works. And slightly hatch it as well to make it thicker. Darker line. Adjust that line to make it slightly straight rather than a bit curved inward. And of course I'm going to hatch it on this side as well, on the right side of this wall, in the exterior, to make it much darker as well, to emphasize on the exposed and enclosed of this building. By hatching it, these over multiple layers of cross line, geometry line will be disappearing underneath this hatch. So that the drawing could be much more visible. Again, these the hatches, I'm starting with first layer, because again I don't want to break my pen nib and I don't want to distort the lines. I'd rather do it multiple times. Well, I mean, it is a good process to draw, and when it comes to all kind of drawing hatch, it is important to do it the first layer and look back, make sure they're balanced with the overall of the drawing. Then add again if it needed. So this is the third layer now, to make this line, the vertical arch line, to be more dense, more compact. And of course, much darker line on that borderline between the exposed and enclosed, to accentuate the contrast of the exposed and enclosed. And of course the same process on the roof. The beauty of this modern structure is there is no tricks or anything that complex. It is basically what you see is what you get, using trusses and columns, and all will be wrapped up, hidden in the fabric and cosmetic of this building material, hidden in the cladding panel and hidden in the interior paneling as well. That what make this simple structure, simple building, so simple, emphasize and the beauty of simplicity, and also more into the functionality of the building. That what less is more is about. It is ideal for a small plot of land, small project, for more of a family home, for a small family. So now I'm going to add more again, hatch on the right side here. Under the roofing. Will be my sixth layer of this hatch now. And of course inside as well, I need to add more hatch again there. It is a repetition, but it is a good exercise. Then I'm going to add a bit of a shadow on the glass. It's supposed to be glass walling to show a bit of a reflect of this shell, the roofing shell on the glass. Glass is something that's quite tricky to draw when it comes to monochrome drawings because it's only about contrast. And the next one, I'm going to cross hatch it to make it much darker. Now crossing hatch as well on the walling, on the wall of this shell. And of course the exterior walling on the right to make it darker too. This is what I meant by to balance them. If it's darker on the other side, make sure it's balanced to the other side, on the right side too. It has to be repeat over and over. Look back, stop, look again, and repeat again. This is what drawing is all about. You have to be persevere to draw. There's no such thing as the person can draw, the person can't draw. It's all about being persevere, being passionate about it. And of course, it is important to draw. When drawing, it is always thinking three-dimensionally. You have to think three-dimensionally, and you have to have a feeling about what you want to achieve when it comes to drawing. And the next one is to have cross-hatched on the roof. Again, it's about looking at it to balance it. To balance it and to be consistent with the techniques. Just need to be careful not to go beyond the outline of the roof, otherwise it will look messy. So there's the roofing, and of course I'm going to add more of the darker line on the glass framing. I need to cross hatch that too, to make it darker, to make it look, to reflect the shadow of that shell, the inner layer of the wall. Basically, the reflection of the wall, basically. When it comes to a glass, it's quite tricky, which I admit I have to perfect that too. Now I need to do a quick hatch vertical line. I don't want to make it too thick line there. Just make a quick scratch on the surface to give a bit of a texture on the facade, so it's not just blank white. Just a bit of a material texture on that. Quickly scratch it, in the sense that scratching really, so it gives no chance for the ink to be too thick. And again the same on that framing. Just quickly hatch it like that. And the bottom, on the flooring of that. And I need to adjust the ridge on the gable roof, just to straighten the line rather than just too much of a imperfect line there. And of course on the gable roof itself, this is more onto the final stage of this drawing for now. This is the beauty of modern architecture, modern building. Small, less detail, but more of the emphasis on the simplicity and beauty, and in the functionality of the space. By basically modern architecture simply removing away all of the ornamental features, sophisticated brick structure, by using the advantage of a modern material such as streamlined columns, steel, no vaulted ceiling, no pendentif, no thick brick wall, no heavy dome, no flying buttress, no heavy columns. This is what modern architecture is about. It's more emphasis on the functionality, space, and of course there's a very well-known modern architect who's seen as the man responsible for such phrase. Less is more. His name is a German architect. It's Mies van der Rohe, and most of his works reflect what is said. Less is more. And a lot of his buildings are using the streamlined column, thin glass, thinner walling, horizontal and vertical lines, and more into the spatial, which is seen as a minimalistic, clean, fine-lined, clean space. And it works, and it reflects our life today. And even drawing them was much more simple, and simple to understand, very clean. That's what the beauty of modern architecture is about. I hope this drawing exercise worthwhile sharing. How to draw them using a geometry line without the vanishing point, yet to achieve a perspective drawing. And see you again in the next video. Thank you very much.